One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
Good afternoon. It's almost afternoon, 2 minutes to 12. And I'm jumping on live really quickly because I want to remind you all that tonight, so today is Sunday, the 17th of August, Dr. L and I will be going live over on his platform, Dr. L's podcast on YouTube. And we will be discussing the pros and cons of feminism. One of the things that I wholeheartedly believe is that there are pros and cons to everything. So nothing is all negative, nothing is all positive. And although you all know how I feel about feminism, especially fourth wave, modern day feminism, it is not your great grandmother's feminism. There have been some pros over the years, so we want to be fair and unbiased in our discussion on feminism. Because I've had a lot of people reach out to me in my DM, email me about some of my videos on feminism, and well, there are good things that have come out of it. I'm not denying that. And I'm going to discuss that tonight. I am not denying that there have not been positives. There's not been progression in a good way. But what we have going on right now, it stands to destroy some of that progress, if I'm being honest. We can destroy some of that progress if we're not careful. So I'm going to talk about those things tonight on Dr. L's podcast. I've been doing a week's worth of research on this topic. I probably could do months worth of research on this topic, but I only had a week to give it. So we are going to discuss the paradox of unhappiness that women are experiencing right now. That's a whole show in and of itself. There has been recent research, recent studies that show, hold on y'all, let me wipe my glasses off. Something is on my glasses. There have been recent studies that show women are less happy. In the last 40 years, women are less happy. And yet we have all of these freedoms. We have all of these things going on. So, y'all, what is going on? That's what I want to know. If feminism is all good, if everything about it is so great, why are women less happy now? Can we address that? Anyway, let me move on to my topic for this video. And that is men who envy women. So I had a client recently that I've worked with kind of off and on over the years. Come in, talk about her daughter's father and the, court date they have coming up and what they have going on. And I mean, it's plain as day. This man envies you. This man envies you. So not only is he an NPD personality type, this man envies you. That's why he's giving you such a hard time. And can I be honest with you all? There are men, especially now. Now, I don't know that. Let me say this. Let me say this. This thing has probably always, y'all, my phone is flipping out. This thing has always been a phenomenon. I believe that. I believe men have been envying women for a long time. Okay. So this is not new, right? But I think today's man, this is why it's so prevalent, right? So we have social media. We have all these ways in which to put it out there on Front Street. Men's testosterone is plummeting. So that's not helping the situation. Men's testosterone right now is plummeting. And the role reversal, we got all these things going on. And it's become very evident. It's become very evident that some men, right? And gentlemen, listen to me carefully. I'm not one of those women that's going to sit here and say, oh, all men, envy all women. No, there are plenty of men that I know personally that could give a damn. Like, they ain't thinking about me. They ain't thinking about us. They out here living their best life. They're doing what they need to do. Okay. They are not thinking about women. But gentlemen, hear me well. There is a small percentage of men today that envy women. They think women, and definitely when we talk about feminism, right? So and now y'all can do this, and now y'all can do that, and now y'all making more money, and now y'all buying homes, and now y'all do, bruh, what does it matter to you? like for real. If I hear a man go off on a diatribe about women and what they doing, you telling on yourself, bruh. You telling on yourself. That's all you're doing, is saying, I feel a way about a woman who's educated or working or making money or buying this and doing this and going here. No, you can do that too. I keep telling people, my mouth stay closed about people that have more than me, because I'm in the process of having as much as them. So what I look like sitting around belly aching about people flying in first class and people riding around in Rolls Royces. No, that's my goal. Like, that's my goal. So what I look like hating on them when that's my goal? Like, that's what I'm gonna be doing. That's what I do now. Like, what? You only have something to say because you are not actively trying to make that your life. And then look, and this happened to me in my own marriage. I remember this clear as day. So we're going to tie this subject with the mother wound. That's a whole nother video in and of itself, but I'm going to touch on it a little bit here. So some of that envy is the mother wound. When a man has not been properly nurtured, when he has not been properly cared for by his mother, if he was parentified, if he was his mother's little boyfriend or little husband, if he was told that he's the man of the house and you're my little, all that crap, right? So if he was parentified at a young age, he didn't get the nurturing that he needed from his mother. And these are the men in my comments talking about, oh, what about the man in the nurturing? When I talk about nurturing plants, babies, and pets. So when I talk about nurturing those three things, there's 5 or 6 men, and I'm thankful. This is what I said to myself. Lord Jesus, I'm so thankful it wasn't a lot of men, because there are a lot of comments under that video. It was only like 5 or 6 men that said, what about the men? What about the men? Baby, you need to return to your mother, or you need to reparent yourself. You are out of order if you expect your wife, your woman, to nurture you. Nurturing is for things that cannot take care of themselves. Babies, animals, plants. You are a grown A man, and technically, under God's hierarchy, you're called to cover me. You're called to take care of me. You're called to protect me. That's not how that works, baby. So go back to the drawing board. Go back to your mama. But men who have a mother wound, they want to make their woman their mother. Let me tell y'all how I know this. Because number one, they're envious when the children come along. When the children come along, they lose their damn mind. Let me tell y'all a little quick story. So my first daughter is born to my marriage, and I'm going to breastfeed all my babies because that's what I do. That's what all the women in my family do, right? So that's all I know how to do. I'm breastfeeding my daughter, and my husband is losing his ever-loving mind. Like, look, I'm thinking, everybody in there is like, why is this a problem? Why is it a problem that you're nursing your baby? Well, yeah. And then when we get into therapy, well, I mean, that her breasts are mine. Her body is mine. And now, she's doing that, and she don't really, want me touching her like that, or she don't really want me, on her like that, and blah, blah, blah. It's completely selfish. Completely selfish. And he admitted it. Yeah, her body is mine. Her breasts are mine. Why should I allow her to breastfeed our child? Yeah, look, evolving_Lulu74 said that is insane. How can any parent, mother or father, be jealous of their child? Y'all think this story is a joke. It's not. This happened in my life. And I'm sitting there, look, I'm looking at the therapist is looking at me, then she's looking at him. Okay, but what's going on here? But it's because he didn't get what he needed from his mother. So, and then look, how dare I be a good mother to my children? That's another thing. So not only does my daughter get nursed, my twins get nursed. Everybody gets nurtured. And he starts seeing that like, well, what about me? What about me? No, baby, you are the covering. You are the protection and the provision. You get my love. You get my support. You get my time and attention. You get my body, right? You get a lot of things. But the nurturing is for my children, our pets, because we had pets at the time. I think we had 2 cats and 2 dogs. And my plants. That's what, again, mama didn't do her job. If you all in my face wanting to be treated like my child, your mama didn't do her job. That's all you telling me. I didn't get what I needed from my biological mother, and now I want you to be mama. But no, I can't do that. That throws off the polarity. If I start treating you like my son, I'm not sleeping with you anymore. I'm not having sex with you anymore because I don't have sex with my son. So you kind of need to decide, are you the covering? Are you the man? Are you the protection? Are you the leader? Do you want respect? Because this is the thing. Y'all want it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. You have to decide. Are you the man? Do you get my respect? Or are you my son? And you get talked down to. You cannot have it both ways. But y'all, this happened in my own marriage. Well, these kids, and why you be doing this? And why? Because I'm their mother? What? Questioning my mothering. Questioning what I did for my kids, the nursing of my kids, taking care of them when they were sick, sleeping in their room with them. They are my children. I am creating a secure attachment bond with my children. And then look, so then I say, you're welcome to do that too. You're welcome to come right alongside me and create the secure attachment bond of a father. But no, you don't want to do that. You want to work all the time. You want to go out with your friend. You want to hang out with your family. You want to do other things, and you want all of my time and attention when I have 3 children. Again, you can come alongside me, and we can do this together, but I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm going to do my job as a mother. Like, only God could take me from this role. Okay, I'm going to be a good mother because that's all I know how to do. And you need to focus on being the best father you can be instead of worrying about me. And no. Y'all, so she going through something similar. He is envious of the child, envious of her. Oh, because these women, and it can be real. Oh, this is going to sting a little. You ready? This is going to sting a little. So men in the comments screaming about accountability, it's not to say women shouldn't be accountable, because y'all know how I feel about that. They should. Women should be grown women. They should be emotionally mature, grown adults. It irks me when women act like little kids, when women go out and act like, and I have some female friends that do this. They think that they should be the little kid in our friend group. And that we got to pay for them, and we got to open the door for them, and all this other. We got to drive. I have a friend like that. Oh, you know how I feel about driving. I'm not going to drive every time. Either you're going to take turns driving because we're all adults. I'm not your man, and you're not my child. I can't stand it, y'all. See, I don't know how I feel about accountability. However, when they harp on that so much, it's a tinge of envy in there. There's some envy about women's status, right? It's the same when men say, well, women are born with value. Men have to earn value. There's a tinge of envy there. Like, And, ooh, let me say this. Ooh, thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me say this. You ready? You ready? This the piece de resistance of the envy. Men envy the fact that women can have sex whenever they want. Ooh, y'all, they can't stand it. They can't stand that I could, look, I'm headed to the mall with my daughter. I could go into this mall right now. I could walk up to a random man and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, how are you? You look good, da, da, da. You think maybe we could, hang out tonight? You think maybe we could, do this and that tonight? And that man, 95% of the time will say yes. and look, that's whether he married or single. 95% of the time, that man is going to say yes to my sexual advance. Men envy that. Men envy that so much so that they keep saying when women say, oh, I'm single, or, I can't find a man. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I hate when women say that. You could find a man tomorrow. You could be married tomorrow. No, baby, I could be dick down tomorrow. That's in essence what you're saying. I could get a man to have sex with me tomorrow. But no, I couldn't be married to a good, healthy, masculine man tomorrow. Okay? Because if that was the case, every woman would be doing it. Okay? So no, I can't be married tomorrow to a good, emotionally stable, healthy, well-rounded, comprehensive masculine man. No, I can't. But I could have sex. I could have sex tonight, tomorrow, the next day. I could have sex every day if I wanted to. That drives men cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's the number one thing they envy. How dare you have sexual access? How dare you have 24/7 sexual access? They don't even know what to do with that. They just don't know. Oh, how dare you? Okay, so men do envy women. So if you're a man watching this and you thinking, oh, the men don't envy women. Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do. And just go on and admit it. I've had male friends admit it. They're like, yeah, I wish I could have sex with whoever I wanted every day of the week. Like, my male friends who are mature, who are emotionally intelligent, they admit it. They're like, yeah, there are definite benefits of being a woman. Y'all get away with stuff that we can't get away with. Y'all have inherent value that we don't have. See, that's what mature, emotionally intelligent men understand. But guess what? Those same men, they go out there and they do what they have to do to earn that value, right? So they go out there and they say, okay, this seems unfair, but you know what? I can level the playing field. Let me do what I have to do so that I can, get my money up, as they say, or, become a man of value, become a high value man. That's really all you have to do. But because men are lazy, because men, don't want to work for it, don't want to do anything about it, they just want to sit around complaining and be keyboard warriors online underneath my YouTube videos and cutting up on Instagram. See, but come on. That is the number one way that y'all envy women. How dare we have sexual access to men? How dare we be able to have sex every day, multiple times a day if we wanted? How dare we? And, let's add this one. The Holy Spirit is wearing me out this morning. Let's add the fact that we can get paid. Oh, my God. We can be paid for having sex that y'all can't even get for free. We can be paid millions and millions of dollars for sex. That just burn y'all up on the inside. You just don't even know what to do with all of that envy. These OnlyFans girls and these, can you believe they making millions of dollars and and then it happens. Yeah, y'all just don't know what to do with that. Y'all do not know what to do with that feeling right there. That there are women in this world, and I ain't one of them, I'm not even close to, but not only are they having a lot of sex, they getting paid. They getting paid to have a lot of sex. So they have a lifestyle making millions and millions of dollars, and they having sex. Oh my God. Y'all just like, it's over, I'm done. I'm done. I don't even know what to do. Yeah. So don't even lie about that. Men feel a way about that. Now let me bring some clarity. Let me bring some reality. That is 4%, maybe 3% of the female population doing that. 2 to 3% of the female population utilizes sex work. That means 97% of us don't do that, don't want to do that, are not interested in sleeping with every man that we walk up on. We're not interested in having sex every day. So that envy is like, it's unwarranted. It's irrational. It's an irrational, that's what I would say. It's an irrational envy, because that is not what most women want. That is not what most women do. I have no interest in walking up to a man in the mall today and taking him home and having sex with him. Zero. Negative 300. Okay? I don't want to do that. So the fact that men envy that, I don't want to go on OnlyFans and start an OnlyFans account and start doing sick stuff online and getting paid for it. I don't want to do that. But yet, you all envy that about women, a very small subset of women. That is an irrational envy. It don't make sense. And yet, that's how y'all feel. That's how y'all feel. Okay? You have tricked yourself into believing that all these women are on OnlyFans. All these women are having all this sex. Oh my gosh. No, most women are not. And I kid y'all not when I tell real men that I know in the real world this statement. Most of us don't have a side dude. Most of us don't have a friends with benefits. Most of us don't have a dude that's, tightening us up sexually in between relationships. Most of us are by ourselves, right? We may have a rose. We may have a satisfier. We may have some other, contraption. We may have our hand, okay? Some of us even watch porn. I don't, but some of us do. But we don't have a physical man that we are sleeping with. And you should hear the thing, oh no, Anita, that's not true. Yes, y'all do. And all these women out here, y'all got millions of men in your DMs. You got millions of men, calling and texting you, and you got all these dudes on the side. We don't want those dudes. Like, do you understand that those are a lot of men that we don't want? Because guess what? We would be with that man, and we wouldn't be out here in these streets looking for a man. Like we would be with one of those men. We don't want them. We don't want them. So this envy that you all have with women, a lot of it is irrational and unwarranted. Most women are not with the man of their dreams. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Most of us are not with the woman, the man of our dreams, excuse me. We're not with the man of our dreams. The man of our dreams is not in our DMs. The man of our dreams is not on our phone. Is not in our text messages. So all of this envy that you all have, number one, the origin is the mother womb. That's a lot of it. You didn't get what you needed from your biological mother. You didn't get what you needed from your adoptive mother or your grandmother or whatever female raised you. You didn't get what you need from her. And so you're out here in these streets and you're searching for it in other women. But guess what? You're never going to find it. The only person who could come close to unconditionally loving you is your mother. And if she failed at that job, now you have to reparent yourself. You have to talk to a therapist, talk to a coach, read some books, do some research, do the work to create that in yourself. That is not something you're going to get from outside of yourself in the form of a romantic woman partnership. That's just not going to happen. You are putting that woman in a position, a really horrible position, of, oh, wow, I have to play mommy to this grown man. And then you wonder why y'all aren't having sex. And then you wonder why there is no respect for you. And then you wonder why she's talking to you all crazy. Because you're her son. You're not her man. Okay? So if you want the respect and the love and the support and all of the wonderful things that a good wife can bring you, yes, vet well. I tell everybody that. I've been telling y'all this for years. You have to choose well, but you also have to be a really good man. You have to be a really good husband. You have to be a really good, man to the woman that you're with. Okay? I'm going to look at these comments now that I'm parked. My daughter's jumping out, y'all, because she's sick of me. Okay, let's see. PS_speak up. Crazy work. Do all men go through that when their wife gives birth? He gets jealous. I think a large percentage of them do, because they did not get what they needed from their mother. That's why. They did not get what they needed from their mother. And, men by nature are naturally, they're selfish, they're self-focused, that's just their nature. They're always going to look out for themselves. They're always going to look out for number one. And that's part of their maturation process, is to get them to be that protector, provider, that covering for a woman. Like, most men have to grow into that. And that's the reason why I believe they need God. God is going to teach them how to do that. But yeah, I think a huge percentage of them do. I've heard of this before, unfortunately. Fathers have said, she gives the baby more attention than me. I think I would have thrown a chair at him in that therapist's office. Yeah, even the therapist is like, okay, all right. So do you feel you picked the wrong husband once that happened? Did you reflect and miss the red flags during dating? Well, I picked the wrong husband because my husband was a type 2 cheater. It wasn't about the whole envy and the kids. It was that he was a type 2 cheater. I think he could have grown. I think he could have grown in that area. I think he could have matured. It was his type 2 cheating. Okay, that's the problem. I think he would have grew up one day. If he wasn't a type 2 cheater, I think he would have grew. He would have said, you know what, Anita's right. We need to both be, being secure attachment figures to the children. We need to both care for the children. The children need to be, our priority as well as each other. Right. I think he could have grew in that area. But no, I made a mistake because I chose a type 2 cheater. That was, yeah. So no, your husband, he just needs to grow up. He just needs to grow up. He needs to mature, and you help him to do that. She said, yep. To be honest, I can't have sex whenever I want. Some men these days say no. Really? Huh. Okay. Well, like I said earlier, the testosterone is plummeting, because I don't know a man that would say no. I really don't. I don't know any men that if I called them right now, exes or friend zone men or whatever, friends of mine, even friends of mine, would say yes. They would say yes. So I don't understand that. And definitely my exes would say yes. Evolving_Lulu said, 74 said, they hate it because we don't have to invest, i.e. pay for dates. See, that's another one. Thank you for bringing that up. The fact that men feel a way about paying for dates. They feel a way. It's like they don't want to do their God-given role, which is to provide, protect, be the priest, the prophet of the home, and all. They don't want to do that. And they feel like, well, women, they don't pay for dates and they use me. When you hear men say that, there's some envy there. If you feel used by being in your God-given role, you're not a man. I'm sorry. You're not. She said, please post on the YouTube. I will post onto YouTube, but it will be on my members only. Remember, for the next 7 days, all of my lives will be on my members only. The 7 days ends on Monday. So Monday I will start posting to my regular YouTube, but this will go on to my members only. Yes, they mad because they have to work harder. Yeah. Women can have sex with a different man every day of the week. They can't unless they're ultra fine. Oh, the men. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You have to be a top 10% man to have sex every day of the week. That leaves 90% of men without sexual access or opportunity. And again, they feel a way about that. Like, what? But yet, and this is what I keep going back to, and this is why men keep pushing back. I said, then become a 10% man. Every time a man says, yeah, I don't have those options, then become a 10% man, right? In your looks, in your money, like, and there may be some things about yourself you can't change. There's a whole lot of things about yourself you can change. You know, people are going over to Turkey and Istanbul and getting these hair plugs, and they getting hair and growing hair. They getting nose jobs. Men are getting nose jobs. Men are getting facial surgery. Men are getting ab surgery. Men are getting liposuction. Ooh, let's go here. Men are getting the leg lengthening surgery. Men are getting leg lengthening surgery to be taller. Get your money up and do what you have to do. But y'all don't want to do that. So I don't know what to tell you. For those of you who are fat and overweight and out of shape, get in shape. For those of you that don't have any real career, you don't have any ambition, you're sitting around, you know, doing this. No, get up, get out, and get something. Period. I have nothing else to say. Women don't want to have sex all day, not enough testosterone in our blood. No, we don't. But the fact is we could. And sex workers prove that, okay? We could, because there are female sex workers. Y'all, I'm going to move my phone because the sun is beaming on my phone, y'all. But there are female sex workers out there who do that. They have sex every day for their pimp. So we could, but like I said, that's 2 to 3% of the female population. Okay, good point. I asked them how many women in your family are living like that. They get quiet. Yeah, come on. Stop it. Stop it. And it just irritates me so bad. Either men are ill-informed or they're just irrational. And they call us irrational. That's what's wild to me. They love saying women in their feelings. They are rational. You thinking everybody has an OnlyFans is irrational. You are in your feelings, sir. Okay. Okay. It's a blessing when those desperate dudes stop coming up to us. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we don't want them. We just have to be honest about that. 98% of the men that DM me, I don't want. I don't want. And I know that hurts a lot of men to their heart, but I don't. Sorry. Okay, men are getting calf implants too. Yeah, like I said, y'all have options. Yeah, just like women are getting these surgeries, and y'all can do that too. Y'all getting these little glued on hair wigs and beards. All this, I mean, they got stuff for men now. But men need to take care of their skin. They can get the little, what is it called on the teeth? The porcelain veneers. I've seen men get the veneers. Like I said, I have seen men make strides in their looks. I have. I'm like, wow, you know, and y'all know how I feel about a man's mouth. Y'all know how I feel about a man's mouth. I can't deal with no jacked up mouth. That's probably the most shallow preference I have, is if your mouth is jacked up. I can't do it, y'all. I cannot do it with the yuck mouth. I can't. So, but men are getting their mouths. Men are getting braces. Men are getting Invisalign. They getting porcelain veneers. I had a dude, when we was in Martha's Vineyard, I could tell he had those porcelain veneers, because when he flashed that smile, honey, I fell in love. I was like, oh my goodness, be still my heart. I was like, oh Lord. He said they don't need surgery, just upkeep. Oh, she said they don't need surgery, just upkeep. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree that men, you know, they don't need to do all of that. They just need to, you know, eat right, work out, take care of their skin, take care of their teeth, get haircuts. I keep telling people haircuts and beard trims are a man's makeup. That's a man's makeup. That if your hair is tight and your beard is tight, baby, and your skin is tight, baby, and your mouth is right, honey, that's it. That's all you need. That's it. I just named the things that every man needs. Teeth right. If you have a beard right. Your skin on your face is right. It's not covered with boils and pimples, and your hair's tight. Right there. That and your body. And you're good. And you're good. Don't let you be tall. Don't let you have pecs. Don't let you have cut up arms. Yeah, you can have any woman you want. Right? Get a little mouth game on you. Learn how to talk to people. And the piece de resistance is have a bag. And that is the perfect man right there. That is the 5% man right there. Have a career, have some money, have your body right and tight, have your face right and tight, your mouth, it's over. You can have any woman you want. But see, y'all are lazy. You're broke. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go out here and get it. And therein lies the problem. Character is sexier. I agree. For those of us who, are emotionally mature, I agree. I have a neighbor who has asked me out more than once, and his teeth always look like he just ate a white bread, tuna, and mayo sandwich. Oh, God. I can't even imagine. Oh, I can't do it, y'all. The teeth. I know it's petty, and all my friends say it too. Anita petty about the teeth. I am. I can't do it. I can't. So that's all. The way I take care of my teeth, I can't be with some raggedy mouth man. Same. And I feel that way about my body. I feel that way about my skin. Yo, I'm doing the best I can at 57. Right? I cannot turn back the clock. I refuse to get any surgeries. I'm a natural woman in the sense of I don't have surgeries. And yet I'm just working every day with what God gave me. God bless me dearly. God blessed me with some beautiful DNA. He really did. Like my daddy, my mama, shoot. I mean, top notch, top notch DNA. My grandparents, top notch DNA. And look, all the Lord said was, take care of it. He said, take care of it. Now, I didn't giving you the foundation. All you got to do is take care of it. That's all the Lord told me. I remember it. Take care of your body. Take care of your teeth. Take care of your skin. Have a healthy diet. Work out. And look, I posted some videos that Six the Goddess made about women and their weight and all of that. And of course, the women in the comments doing exactly what she said don't do. Don't write a 6-page diatribe. Well, my aunt was skinny and she died, and my big aunt's still alive. And everybody ain't meant to be a size 4 and all this other crap. Work with what God gave you. That's what I do. That's what I do. Now, do I get a little Botox right up in here? Right up in here. That's about it. And the reason why I decided to do that, so my white girlfriends were like, Anita, they said, when you be deep in thought, or when people are talking to you, your 11s, that's what they call this, your 11s be like frowning. It makes people think you're judging them. It makes people think you're mad at them. It makes people think you're angry about something. And I was like, well, that's just my face. Like, I don't know what to do about that. And so they the ones that said, no, girl, you need to go and get Botox. You need to get, look, they took me to a Botox party. And I fell in love. I was like, what? I said, I never heard of it. I had never heard of it. But they took me to that Botox party. Baby, every 3 months, like clockwork. Because, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that was a thing. But right up in here, because if not, I'd be frowning. And they said, and then them lines going to become permanent. Even when you're not upset about anything, you're just looking like you're frowning. So other than that, I'm about to go in this mall and walk 2 miles. I'm going to do some window shopping. I'm going to give my daughter an hour or two to walk around and buy some stuff. But, oh, she said, thank you. She said, you look good, girl. Thank you. And headaches happen there. Botox is helpful for that part of the face. Okay, I didn't know that. See, there you go. But other than that, God said, just look, I blessed you. God said, I blessed you. Just take care of what I gave you. And honestly, that's a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all don't take care of what God blessed you with. And then you want to come back and try to get surgeries and all this other crap. Just take care of what he gave you. Just take care of yourself. That's So you don't have to try to, at 40, I see a lot of women at 35 and 40, you smoke, you drank, you partied, you didn't sleep, and, you didn't eat right. And now you want all this surgery and all this other stuff to try to make it right when all you had to do was take care of yourself. That's it. Please take care of yourself. If you're young and you're watching this, take care of yourself. I tell my daughter that. She's 22. I say, baby, you need 8 hours of sleep. You need, lots of water. Okay, lots of water every day. You need to lay off of certain foods. You need to definitely lay off the drinking of alcohol. That'll age you like a mofo. I have not had alcohol since I was 50. Because once I read that report, and look, the alcoholics have like this weird face. They have this weird, like, puffy face. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. And I've never smoked cigarettes. Same with the smokers. Y'all got a weird, wrinkly face, so I can't do it. And, put a little sunscreen on. Take care of yourself. That's all you got to do. But yeah, these men out here, especially the modern men, most of them did not get mothered properly. Most of them did not get nurtured by their biological mother. So you know what that means? They've never experienced true unconditional love. And that's why they up in your face. Well, I want unconditional love. I want to ride or die. I want somebody. Baby, go home for that. Okay, go home. Go back to your mama to get that. Because over here, we have conditions. Like, over here, you got to act a certain way for me to ride or die. Okay? If you want to lie and cheat and all this other stuff, no, you're going to get left. You're going to get left, baby. You are going to get left alone if you don't know how to act. But that's what they telling you. I didn't get what I needed from my mother. I need nurturing. I need unconditional love. And women, look, and that's their main talking point. Women don't believe in unconditional love. We do for our children. We do for our children. We do for our pets and our plants, the things that we nurture. Sure. But if you are a grown A man, if you are an adult male, and we living under God's rule, God's law that says you're supposed to provide and protect and you're the covering over me, you're responsible for me, baby, you're trying to do a role reversal. That's never going to work. It definitely ain't going to work over here on me. I know my role. I have no problem with submitting. Submit me, okay? Submit me in and out the bedroom. Submit me, okay? I have no problem at all. Be a good, godly man and submit me, okay? That's what I'm giving for y'all today. But see, you want to reverse the roles. You want me to be your mother. You want me to give you unconditional love, meaning whatever you do, I'm supposed to just deal with it. However you treat me, I'm supposed to just put up with it. No, there are conditions. That's it. She said, light melatonin? Do you mean melanin? Light melanin? And one sister said, I need to work on the sleeping part. Please do. Because I'm telling you, when y'all don't sleep, it's going to show on your face. Let me tell y'all, I went to bed late last night. It was like 12:10. And I was mad because I'm on this new sleep program where I got to be in bed by 10 o'clock, literally pulling up the covers at 10 o'clock. And I told y'all my bedroom is like a cave. It's dark. It's cold. Like, it's sleep. Like, that's all you can do is sleep. And I don't have no television in my room. None of that. All you can do is sleep. And my phone is docked in the bathroom. All you can do is sleep. Okay. So it's 12:10 and I'm mad because I'm like, oh, I didn't go to bed at 10 o'clock. When I tell y'all, I did not, so I don't put my alarm on the weekend. So there was no alarm on. I did not get up, y'all, till 9:56. So I was like, oh my God, like, it's almost 10 o'clock. But my body was like, B, you laying here. Like, you laying here. You gonna get this rest. You gonna catch up on this sleep. 9:50 something. And I was like, what hello? And look, that's how I know I was in a deep sleep. when I be like, hello, where am I? What time is it? What day? Who? What? When I be like disoriented when I get up, that's how I know I slept deeply. But y'all, I slept 10 hours. So I get my sleep. Okay, she might have meant light melanin. Now here's what I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's what I've noticed, that my light-skinned sisters actually do not age as well as my dark-skinned sisters. So my brown and darker-skinned sisters, they actually age far better than my light-skinned sisters. So I've had plenty of people tell me, wow, for you to be light, you're actually aging pretty well. Because you look at people like Jasmine Guy, you look at people, let me think of another good example, but Jasmine Guy has not aged well. She has not aged well at all. Trying to think of another light-skinned, like, celebrity person, but she has not aged well at all. And most of them don't. Most of the lighter-skinned women that I see, they're not aging well. So I'm not sure. I think the melanin is actually helping women to age well. Like the more melanin you have, the darker you are. So she said they're beyond sassy. I call them tangy. That's the newest one, huh? Tangy. I know that's right. Oh, for sleep melatonin. Got it. Yeah. Try something, man. Try something. For me, though, melatonin irritates my tummy. So I take magnesium glycinate. That's what I encourage every woman to take. You need to take 100 milligrams of magnesium glycinate at night. You need to take 10,000 IUIs of vitamin D3 at night. And you need to take 80 milligrams of vitamin K2 at night. That is my night regimen. Vitamin D, vitamin K2, and magnesium glycinate. That's what helps my body go deep, deep restful sleep. Okay? He says sleep is very important. Not too much because it's strong, but that deep sleep is needed. I had sleep issues for years and really need to seek medical help for it. You do, because it's going to aid you. It is going to aid you, baby. Oh, Lord. She said, yes, true, I'm light-skinned, Latin, and I age a little bit better, except sunspots. Oh, okay. Jasmine Guy is half white, and she has health issues. Yeah, because she's not aging well. I'm just keeping it real. And I love Jasmine Guy, but she is not aging well. Valerian is a plant that can help as well. Agreed. So take care of yourself, ladies. But just know there are some talking points that when you hear men say it, they telling on themselves. They letting you know, my mama didn't nurture me. Look, this how I know it's true, y'all. So when we was in therapy, when my daughter was born, and he was telling all this crazy stuff, and the therapist and I was like, good Lord. So one of the sessions, he admitted, well, my mother didn't breastfeed me. See? like there is genuine envy. There is genuine envy. My mother didn't breastfeed me. She was 16 when she had me. And my grandmother raised me because my mother was still in school. My grandmother raised me. And then my mother, she eventually left with my father. My father was in the military and she eventually left with him. Yeah. So your mom didn't do her job. Your mom didn't give you all the love and the nurturing and the care that you needed. That's why. That's why you're envious of me over here breastfeeding my child. Because you wish that was you. But y'all, listen. All you have to do is listen. A lot of people don't pay attention to what people say. I listen to what people say. And I file it away. I file it away in my little gazillion, file boxes. And when it come up again, I go back into my mind and I pull it right back up. But yeah, listen to what people say. But he felt a way about how I mothered my children because his mother didn't do that. His mother had him at 16. That's why she was so emotionally immature. She had him young. She wasn't properly trained in how to be a mother. And yes, his grandmother stepped in, but his grandmother can't breastfeed him. But he felt a way. He felt a way. How dare I treat my children with such love and care? I mean, and that's me all day. That is me all day. When I tell y'all I am passionate about motherhood, I am passionate about motherhood. Very. So he would see that and it's like that pain rose up in him. Like, oh, I didn't get this. My mother wasn't like this. The care I would take to feed my children and to do their hair and to love them and nurture them and be there. That pain rose up in his chest. I didn't get that. And how dare she give it to these children? And I was just like, sir, unless you finna take my life, there ain't nothing you gonna do that's gonna keep me from mothering my children. And I have actually said that. I remember we got into a fight. I said, unless you're gonna take me out of here, nothing is gonna keep me from mothering my children. So you can feel how you feel. You can say whatever you say. I ignored most of the things he said because it was crazy. And I was like, okay, so what? I tell women all the time, if you close your mouth long enough, a man will tell you everything you need to know about him. Stop flapping your gums, ladies. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. And that's one of the 21 feminine principles. I'm finishing the book now. That is the one of the 21 feminine principles. Shut up. Stop talking so much. Like, that's why y'all get love bombed and distracted, and you can't see the red flags. You can't hear the red flags. You don't observe. You're running your mouth. It's like y'all love hearing yourself talk, and you miss all of the signs. You miss all the signs. She said marriage and children change a relationship. They do. They do. Children definitely do. Children stress out a marriage. I can't tell y'all how many premarital couples I'm seeing right now. We have 2 sessions alone about children. Children and child rearing and how things are going to change and what's the game plan. I mean, that's all we do. Because I keep telling people, y'all, you're not intentional about it. And then when it happens and you're like, oh, dang, I mean, this is a whole lot. This is like totally changed our dynamic. I said, I know. This is what we talked about. So get ready. You want to be ready, not get ready in the midst of it. So yeah, it sure does. I think all parents need to go through early childhood classes, mandatory. Let me tell y'all something. If I was running the world, and I've already had this conversation, but I'm going to say it again. If I was running the world, you would need a minimum of 6 sessions of premarital counseling to get a marriage license. You would need 10 weeks of early childhood development classes and parenting classes once, we found out you were pregnant or you had your baby. So meaning, if you go to the hospital to have your baby, we're going to send you a notice that says, hey, here's the place where you can go for 10 weeks of early childhood development and child rearing classes. Okay. And I'll even give you a discount on your taxes if you do it. I'll give you a discount on your taxes if you take it, because I know that physically I can't make people take it, right? Because people say, well, what if they don't take it? Okay, you'll miss out on a big tax break. Okay, early childhood classes, children are very sensitive and crazy. Yeah, tell me about it. So yeah, I'm a former school teacher. So that's why, I know a lot about children and childhood development. But, most people are not. So they need a class. They need to learn. She said, I was a preschool teacher in my 20s, taught me that being a parent is the hardest thing in the world, especially when you're married. It is. It is. So yeah, a whole lot of things would change. I would give all kinds of tax breaks for people who didn't smoke, for people who were within their BMI. Like people who lived right and were righteous and were healthy and didn't have a bunch of vices, they would get all the tax breaks in the world. They would get all the tax breaks. And all the fat, alcoholic, overweight people would be mad. And I'd be like, the worse your health was, the more you would pay. Not the less, the more you would pay. The more you would pay for health care, the more you would pay for insurance, the worse your health and your vices and all that was. I would reward all the people trying to live right and do the right thing. That's what I would do. So y'all would be real mad. Okay? All this stuff that's in the food, that wouldn't happen no more. A lot of this stuff would be banned just like it is in other parts of the world. Y'all would be mad. I would be taxing y'all's, takeout and your fast food and all of y'all would be mad as heck. Anita done put a 50% tariff on Chick-fil-A. She done put a 50% tariff on McDonald's. Yep. That mess will be high as heck. You will be eating out once a week. How about that? She said marriage is a tax break. Main reason rich men want marriage, but pick the wrong women. Yep. I wonder why men don't think I love the way she takes care of my children, but I guess when you're selfish, you can't. Yep, exactly. Because you're selfish. That's why. You're selfish. You're selfish. She said, Anita for president. Thank you. Y'all will be mad, though. I ain't even going to lie. Y'all will be mad as heck. Because y'all be like, cigarettes cost $28. Cigarettes will cost $28 a pack. Okay? Your alcohol, ooh, I triple the price of alcohol. You have a martini once a month. So, yeah, y'all will be mad. And look, I would legalize all the drugs. I would legalize all the drugs, but they will be high as hell. Like I said, I would legalize drugs. But when I tell you a bump of cocaine is going to cost you $400, a bump of cocaine going to cost you $400. A shot up of heroin going to cost you $600. Let's see how y'all do then. Like, let's see how high y'all get. Okay? Yeah, I would legalize it, but it will be high as hell. It will be high. Okay? So, that's just me. All right, y'all, I got to go. She said, I love it. Raise the prices on bad things and help people help themselves. Yep, I sure would. Everything that's offered for y'all would be costing a whole lot of money. But look, airfare would go down. Gym memberships would be free. What else? The YMCA would be free. All that stuff would be free. Okay? That wouldn't cost you nothing. But all these vices, oh, that will cost you a grip. Okay? You want to sit around, look, and you want to sit around and watch porn. Now, porn wouldn't exist. I would ban porn. Porn would go deep, deep dark web. Porn would be stripped from the internet as we know it. I would not allow pornography. And you know how they having them ICE raids? You know how they having them ICE raids everywhere? That's what I'd be doing to porn studios. We would be targeting these porn studios and these porn sites, and we would bust in there in the middle of it and arrest everybody in there. Because pornography is illegal. It's illegal. She said there will be a lot of theft. All right, then. And I got your little red wagon, too. I know what to do about that. So, lower the prices on fish and produce. Yeah, everything that's good for you will be cheap. So, yeah, it's crazy the times that we're living in. Absolutely insane. All right, y'all, I'm heading into the mall. I need to go to Ulta. What else I need to do? I need to go into Macy's, and I'm probably going to go into the bookstore. But this is to give my daughter about 2 hours. Like, she need to get out a little every day. And she hasn't been to this mall. This is our indoor mall. She hasn't been to this mall in months. When are we going to the mall? When are we going to the mall? So here we are. I'm just giving her some time so she can walk around, buy some things, do some things. But I'm going to go in here and hit these stores. Thank you so much. Remember, we're going to be live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Dr. L's podcast. That's where you're going to find us tonight on the podcast, talking about the pros and cons of feminism. I look forward to seeing you all then. Thank you for rocking with me, and have a great day. Oh, as always, stay open to love.